America's power tested how Iran is rewriting the rules of modern warfare. The ongoing confrontation with Iran is exposing a hard truth that Washington has long tried to avoid. Having unmatched military strength no longer guarantees control over how wars unfold or how they end. And while the United States still dominates in conventional firepower, advanced weapons, and global reach, Iran has turned the battlefield into something far more unpredictable by learning into asymmetric warfare using drones, proxy groups, missile strikes, and maritime disruptions to stretch the conflict far beyond direct engagement, forcing the US to reactive posture rather than a commanding one. And nowhere is this more evident than the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow yet critical artery through which nearly 20% of the world's oil flow, where even the threat of disruption through mines, harassment of tankers, and targeted strikes has been enough to shake global markets, spike insurance costs, and remind the world that economic warfare can be just as powerful as military dominance. And despite a massive US naval presence, the inability to fully neutralize these low cost, high impact tactics reveals a deeper strategic limitation. Control in modern conflict is no longer about who has the strongest army, but who can sustain pressure, exploit vulnerabilities, and manipulate escalation without triggering full scale war, a lesson that rivals like China and Russia are watching closely as they refine their own strategies to challenge US influence without direct confrontation. And at the same time, America's alliances, who considered its greatest strength, are showing visible strain, with European and Asian partners hesitating to fully commit to high risk operations, signaling a shift toward more cautious, interest driven participation rather than automatic alignment, which increases the burden on Washington and complicates long term military planning. While even in the Gulf, where US presence has been strongest, countries are beginning to rethink their dependence on by diversifying partnerships and expanding ties with other global powers, subtly reshaping the balance of influence in the region. And beyond the battlefield, the war is also reshaping global perception as skepticism toward US interventions grows not just in the global south but among traditional partners, raising concerns about strategic clarity, long term objectives, and the broader economic fallout of prolonged conflicts, leading many nations to hedge their positions rather than fully commit. And all of this points to a larger shift in the nature of power itself, where dominance is no longer defined solely by military capability but by the ability to manage complex, interconnected challenges, economic, political, and technological over time, meaning that while the United States remains the world's most powerful nation, the Iran conflict is highlighting a new reality. Power today is easier to demonstrate than to convert into lasting outcome, and is evolving landscape of asymmetric threats and global interdependence. Even a superpower can find itself struggling not to win a war, but to control what comes next.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.